Hey everybody. So let's see something. This thing going thing. Hey Stephanie. So I'm gonna be going live on my YouTube channel and on Facebook at the same time this morning. I wanted to do a reading. And for some reason the message that came across to me is I'm rewriting my story. I don't know who this is for, but I picked up on the energy like early this morning, like 4 or 5 o'clock this morning. I feel like some people is ready to rewrite and reiterate the things that they're doing in their life in this time. I don't know. It's like something about this cycle that's going around. Everybody feel like it's something that needs to be done differently. Hi, everybody. If you tuning in, I'm about to do a general reading. Um, in the topic, I'm doing a YouTube channel at the same time I'm doing Facebook. I don't know what made me do this, but something said just do it. I want to see what is the message that's gonna come across. For the fact of it is, I feel like some people is ready to rewrite their story. They figuring things out for themselves and things that they need to remove and things they need to put together. All right, love. I'm proud of you too. I'm gonna come get my damn pastries. You heard? Hi, everybody. All right, so I'm gonna actually start with the heart, the psychic tarot for the heart tarot, and let's see what message come across. Hi, oh, how are you, honey? Let's see. Why did I get the message that came across that I'm rewriting my story? I don't know. Again, like I said, I don't know who this is for. What story you're rewriting? It could be your love life. It could be your career. I feel like if it's for you, for certain ones, it's definitely a career rewrite. If it's love, it's definitely a relationship that's about to be reiterated into your life, or you're healing relationships and bonds with certain people in your family, your friends. You're starting to realize who's your circle and who's genuinely for you and who's really not for you. Exactly. All right. Oh, so let's see. Let's pull these cards. Why did the message come across this morning for rewriting? Like I said, okay. Some people is ready to start giving and receiving different things that's dealing with their life. Like I said, some people are realizing what is being given to them and what they are receiving from certain situations, certain relationships, certain things. I feel like certain people they're noticing what's nurturing to them or what they can nurture, what will grow in the time of the essence. I get 2 more cards. Like I said, some people are strengthening bonds. This is for the ones that is they're noticing the relationships with certain people that they're dealing with. The ones that's giving and the ones that's receiving. The one that's giving and taking. That's what I wanted to say. Because you got giving and receiving. Like I said, they know what certain people was paying attention to the energy that they putting out because they trying to see what is being given back to them with certain things that they doing. Like say if you're doing positive things in your business, you're seeing who else is going to implement that same type of energy into your life, dealing with your business. If it's a relationship, a love relationship, you're noticing if somebody in your environment that you're dealing with in a steady relationship, you're noticing that you're probably giving too much of the relationship and they're not giving back. And it's something that you notice, and now you want to take nurturing situations. Now you want to nurture yourself. You want to nurture things that you feel like can grow. And like I said, some of you are strengthening bonds. All right, Melissa. I will be doing private readings as well soon. Some of you are strengthening bonds. The bonds that you could be strengthening, I feel like for majority is with family. With family that you know that's gonna be there, you probably shut these people out because you feel like in the past they wasn't there for you. But some people are going through situations where they have to learn that sometimes your family have to give you tough love. They have to put you in situations, or situations have to be placed upon your life that gives you that tough situation for you to navigate, for you to become stronger as a person. And a lot of you guys are going through an awakening. Your third eye is opening. Don't mistake the third eye as an actual eye in the middle of your head. Yes, it is dealing with the center of your head. But your third eye is allowing you to see reality. That's why you're looking at the things that was being given to you and what was being taken from you. This is what this is about. Your third eye, some of you are being enlightened about situations that you probably gave too much into, in certain situations that wasn't given back to you. But I feel like I said, the reason why y'all feel this way, because y'all deserve to be nurtured as well. And y'all are strengthening, y'all want to strengthen in either your bond with yourself, or you want to start strengthening your spirituality or your life in a whole different way, something that you're not normally used to. All right, let me confirm these cards real quick. Okay. Let's confirm these cards real quick. I don't know. I'm telling y'all, I don't know what the heck is going on. But I woke up to this and I just started playing mad music, like mad different songs. And I just was like, I'm going to do the YouTube channel and I'm going to do my Facebook. Why not? And if you do want me to do a reading for you, actually, I got better news. If you're in town tomorrow, Saturday, I will be doing a reading party. Hit up my homegirl Chanel right now in her inbox. She's hosting a reading party tomorrow at her house, and I will be the reader for the night. Please come. You will enjoy it. She has a lot of fun things that we're going to be doing tomorrow. So let's see. Let's confirm this giving and receiving. Why is giving and receiving here? Lemora, creating heaven on earth is happening. Like I said, some of you are now paying attention into the energy that you're putting out and the things that's not given back to you. You're creating your own world. You're trying to fix things in your own environment. Everybody in this world, everybody in this whole universe, we want our own happiness. We want our happiness in every different way, but everybody's happiness is not the same. So I feel like some of you are now realizing that you can't make other people happy because that's not your happiness. That's not how you want your happiness to be. So I feel like a lot of you are really paying attention to who's giving you the same energy that you're putting out. Why is nurturing here? Why is nurturing here? Align your life. I said this already. I already said that you're nurturing yourself. You're nurturing the things that is aligned with you. What is of you? What is your purpose? Who are you? You're not trying to live for nobody else no more. I don't know who this is for, but people is tired of living for other people. I feel like they want their own peace. They want their own happiness, and they don't want nobody to be able to control how they get it. And this is what it says. It says, what is not aligned or needs to change? What is not nurturing you? What is not putting the same energy into you? I feel like a lot of people are starting to realize this now, or they are going to start realizing this. Again, this is dealing with the third eye. A lot of people is becoming more aware of what their surroundings are and what's real and what's fake. A lot of the blindfolds are coming off. A lot of people are starting to actually notice what is prosperous in their life and what is going to help them to become abundant in their own way. Strengthening bonds. You got two cards. It says Council of Light, Divine Orchestra helping in the subtle realms. Like I feel like some of you are going within. What I mean by going within, some of you are starting to depend on yourself. Hi, Lika. Some of you are starting to depend on yourself and depend on spirit. I don't know if you believe in God, Jesus, if you believe in Buddha, whoever you believe in, your higher power. Me, I believe in spirit. I don't give no titles to nothing no more, because no matter what, the Almighty is going to be the Almighty. This is going to be my protector. This is going to be the person I can't even say person. This is something that's guiding me in my journey. So I feel like a lot of you are breaking the chains. The restrictions that was put upon you, the things that was restricting you from living. Like I said once before, you probably are, for some, you're going back to re-strengthening bonds that you once broke. The way that, like, if you was with somebody or you dealt with a family member or a friend or whatever, and y'all had a fucked up situation in the past, I feel like some of you are going back to fix this because you're being guided to do this. Maybe you guys ended off on a wrong note, but it was more so pride more than love. So y'all wasn't in a space of loving yourselves, and y'all was probably going through a lot of shit at the time. So you're going back to strengthen this bond with somebody. But for those that is not, I feel like a lot of you are walking away from the bonds that is holding you captive. The repeated cycles, the cycles that is not allowing you to live. But I don't feel like this is something new to whoever this is. This is not nothing that's been going on for a long time. That's why I said I feel like a lot of you, your code is now coming out of this third eye. You're now being able to see a little bit more vividly. And the only reason why I say this is because you're dependent on self now. You're starting to hear your intuition. For those that is starting to notice the things that they are not aligned with. One thing I'm going to tell you, abundance comes from those that you're aligned with. So if you're not in the same type of aura of certain people and you're trying to make something happen and it's not happening, I feel like you're breaking free from this and you're starting to learn to depend on yourself and go where your heart is telling you to go. Because when you got break the chains, it says ancestral patterns, healings, and rewriting the future. And I said the title of this reading is what? Rewriting my story. So I don't know who this is for, but you're rewriting your story. I feel like everybody is starting to rewrite their story. They are now picking out the negative vibes and the negative situations that once was restricting them. And they're trying to break free from them constitutions and they're moving forward with their life. Third eye. Why is third eye here? Ooh. Then what did I say? You got unbound. Unbound says releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Things that we always felt subject to, we're taking a closer look at that. We're starting to realize that is not what we're used to. I just was on the phone with a friend of mine. I say, you got to pay attention to the cycles that keep resurfacing in your life. The only reason why I say that, because those are the things that was holding us back from actually becoming more abundant, meaning more happy in our own life, more money in our pockets, our children being safe and happy, the things that we want our lives to be. This is why we're rewriting our story. Because now the universe is saying, I'm going to snatch you away from the things that you used to, and I'm going to give you things that you need. I keep telling everybody, we always say we need, but we need the wrong things. So this is telling me right now, your third eye is opening. Now you're turning into that warrior. Now you're starting to fight back and peel back the things that is no longer for you. The things that was keeping you bounded. Certain people are going through an awakening right now with their third eye, which is they're becoming more able to see more than they feel or hear or etc. This is now opening up you into something different that a lot of people is not being awoken up to yet. But I feel like for some people, they're going through this awakening because there was things that was bounding them from their happiness, from their money, because of the way the world was telling us to live, the way that everybody around us, we was listening to the world versus ourselves. I feel like we was too afraid to depend on our own feelings and our own emotions to be guided in the right direction. So we always look to other people for validation. I feel like this is why Spirit is saying you're now in the warrior process, meaning you're going to start expelling the things that was grounding you from living your happiness. The things that was once restricting you from being who you genuinely are is now being uplifted from you. It says warrior woman. This could be male or female. Take what resonates. Have you answered your deepest calling? We're starting to realize the things that kept us from what we genuinely wanted. We all had in our heart that we wanted to be a certain thing, or we wanted certain things implemented in our lives since we was children. Why not go back to the way of feeling that as a child? Why not dig deep inside of you? Because everybody say, oh, once you're an adult, you got to forget about your childhood. That's not necessarily true. You always supposed to hold on to your imagination, because that is your vision. That is your dream. That is something that's supposed to keep you going. I'm going to confirm these cards one more time. And then I'm going to actually see what's the lesson involved in this. I don't know, y'all. I got some high-ass energy today, and I just felt like doing a reading. And I know this is a message for some people, and I don't know why, but I've been picking up on a lot of people's energy lately, and it's like kind of crazy. Being an empath is not always good, but I always feel like it's good in a way, because I know that I can help certain people. Okay, so why is giving and receiving here? Why is giving and receiving here? Bright future. When you start noticing, listen, this is a deep message. When you start noticing the things, okay, like I'm going to say, we can't change people. We can't change anything about a person. We can't change how people give. People give in different ways. But what we're starting to realize now, and I feel like Spirit wants us to start realizing that you have to pay attention to the hands that's giving the same amount of responsibility that you're giving. The energy that you are giving, there is people or someone that will give that same energy, whether it's a job, whether it's your finances, whether it's a relationship, whether it's your family, like your soul family or whatnot. This is a part of your heaven and earth. You got to see who your soul family is. You got to know who you're guided to be alike. You might got a certain amount of friends that y'all probably are just alike in certain ways, and they understand you as well as you understand them. These are the people that are supposed to be given and taken to give, that you're supposed to be able to give and receive. This is where you create your own heaven on earth. This is what the universe is trying to nudge you to understand, or I feel like some of you are becoming awakening to this. And the reason why I say that, because y'all noticing this is a part of your brighter future. It says, stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. You know, once you get with this soul family or the job that your heart is desiring, the things that your heart is desiring, the things that you want, and you keep, like, it's a constant dream. It's a vivid imagination. You want this so bad. It's not a vision that's being given to you. Even if you're being given told to start a business, you have to do what your heart is telling you to do, because that is a part of your bright future. Do not fear it. You can't fear it. Why is nurturing here? Like I said before, when nurturing was here, I feel like a lot of people is nudging to be aligned with certain things. They noticing what they're aligned with. This is what they notice and they need to put their energy into. A lot of people, and the reason why I say this, because this is a protected, whether it's a relationship, job, or anything where your heart desires, it's protected. It's protecting your stability. It's protecting your environment. And it says you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. This is something that the things that we are aligned with, the things that we should be nurturing, is the things that we are guided to be around and the things that is guided to be in our lives. That's the same thing when it comes down to relationships. Certain relationships we're guided to be in because it's a nurturing situation. Why is strengthening bonds here? So, like I said, this is for some. Remember I said that there's relationships that we dealt with in the past that we need to go back and strengthen the bonds with. But I feel like some people is doing this quietly, or they secretly want to do this. They secretly want to strengthen these bonds back with certain people. They want to break the chains that was once restricting them from these bonds. You want to walk back into that light. I feel like you want to become one back with spirit, with yourself. And the only reason why, because I feel like you believing in the universe, the heaven, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit again. You believe that that's the only way to be protected. Good morning. You need to break the cycles that was already placed upon your life, the restrictions that was once bounding you, the things that our families, our ancestors have went through that kept them restricted from being happy. That's why you want to strengthen these bonds, and you're doing it quietly. You're doing it quietly. You're thinking about it. A lot of people was thinking about the bonds that they once had that they know that would have did them some good. And I feel like this is the energy that's portraying right now. They want to break the cycles that was once placed upon this, because this is a past life situation. This is a past life karma. This is something that been brought back up repeatedly. Honestly, I just talked to two people and I said, we got to start paying attention to our deja vu situations. The deja vu situations is the lessons that we're supposed to learn. We're supposed to get something out of it. And until we get that lesson and we pass that damn test, your past life is going to keep resurfacing. But I feel like for some people, we are now becoming awakening to this, and we're starting to realize this on our own. And it doesn't take for me to get up here and tell y'all. It's not taking for me to tell y'all, but this is for me to confirm it. This is a confirmation to what you already feel deep down in your heart. I don't feel like this is a message that I'm giving to y'all. I feel like this is something that y'all already feel in your heart, that y'all have to pay attention to certain things. It says this situation involves your past life memories. We got to let go of that past. Oh. Let's confirm the third eye. Why is the third eye here? Why is the third eye here? Boundaries. 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 Unbound. Warrior woman and third eye. Like I said, a lot of people is becoming enlightened about the restrictions that we have upon our lives. That is a repeated cycle that's been going on. The universe is protecting us at all times, but the universe is also nudging us to move accordingly to what is being guided for us to do. But I feel like some of us are doing it, but we're doing it in a secretive way. And the reason why I said we need to become unbound. The things that was restricting us, the things that was holding us back from living our lives. A lot of people is going through an awakening process right now. Some of you don't even know what an awakening process is. Some of you think that third eye shit is a joke, and it really has not been. Because now I feel like some of you is breaking you down to your last, your knees, your crying knees, where you're not understanding certain shit that's going on around you. And you're like, okay, why do this keep happening? Why do it keep happening? Because it's something you're not paying attention to. Good morning. But it's telling you, you got to be that warrior man or woman. You got to stand up for yourself. You have to break some of these ties, and you got to live in your fucking divinity. You cannot no longer allow the things that was once bound to you to keep you restricted from living your happy lives. Certain things is happening to certain people because it's for them to wake up. I wanted one of them cards to pop out, and it's called the Undying Rose. When the rose is unfolded and it breaks apart, it's not to harm you, it's to heal you. Certain things happen to us in order for us to heal from the things that was harming us. You keep getting hurt in certain processes because those are the things that you need to break free from in order for you to be happy. The things that's stressing you, the things that's making you weak and wearied and you not having the appetite and you can't sleep or you having anxiety issues. The anxiety issues is for you to let go. Have you answered your deepest calling? What are you being called to do? Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Start putting restrictions. Start taking back control of your life. Why? Because your bright future is calling on it. You have to start giving to your world, not everybody else's world. I want to see what lessons is there to be learned, or who is learning, what lessons is being learned from this. Like I said, a lot of you are rewriting your story. A lot of you are noticing the situations that was always bound to you since a child. Like the things about you that you always allowed to manipulate your future. The things that you wanted to do in life. Let's see. What lessons is being learned? Happiness. I said that. The lessons that we are learning is our happiness. The things that make you happy, the energy that you put in is the same energy you getting back. That's where you want to keep flowing. That's your happy. That's your utopia. That's your own little world. That's your paradise. Everybody want to take these banging ass vacations and shit when you don't even got to take a vacation and spend money. When your paradise is actually to make you happy. You shouldn't have to leave your home to feel happy. Then it's something for you to come back and pay attention to because it's not your bright future. I'm not saying don't take vacations, but if you really take vacations to get away from your struggles at home, then there's something at home you need to remove. Why is nurture here? Guilt. Guilt. Oh, let me read what I am. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Let me go back real quick. So, remember I said if there's some things that we actually are happy about, things that make us happy as a person, and if it's a soul feeling, like say if you got some friends, certain friends that you love being around, certain people that you love being around, certain things you like doing, certain jobs you feel obligated to do, or certain businesses that you take delight in doing. I take delight in doing this spirituality business. I really do. I really enjoy doing this because it not only helps me, it encourages myself and it encourages other people. So this is a part of my world. I'm involved with people that is like-minded like me. And that's what makes me happy. So this is a part of my happily ever after. This is my bright future. This is why the universe is telling you not to worry. If you're giving this, if you're receiving the same energy and you're giving the same energy to people, and it's called responsiveness. They giving and taking. It's a give and take. It's like a conductor. There's always going to be a flow of abundancy. This is a part of your happiness. This means you're on the right path. This is your right away. This is the way you're supposed to be going. If you're on a path and it's constantly making you disgusting and sick and angry and you always got headaches and stressful situations taking place, why the fuck are you dealing with that? That's not what we're put on this world to suffer. It says that man is not put on this world to suffer. So why do we put ourselves in afflictions? It's a bone-defying give or take. Yes, the strongest man is the ones that knows when to move and what certain things to do. The strongest person is the person that follows their heart and not their fucking ego. And this is what this is telling you. Money is not going to make you happy. Intimacy is not going to make you happy. Food ain't going to make you happy. It may make you happy. It make me happy sometimes. But it's a temporary high. What is something that gives you the ultimate high in this world? The things that give you the ultimate high is a part of your utopia. Your home. Your right away. Because it's a part of your bright future. It's a part of your happiness. It's a part of your path. So why are we being stagnated? That's the lessons that we need to learn. And that is the lesson that is being taught. Then when it comes down to nurture, remember I said I feel like some people is learning to nurture the things that they know is going to make them more happier and the things that's going to make them brighter. The things that they are aligned with is the things that they need to nurture, or the things that you are starting to nurture. And you know this because this is what spirit is actually protecting. Whatever makes that you're aligned with is what is protected, no matter what. So you think that something is going to fail when you go in the way of your heart's desires, you're wrong. Because you probably did this before, but it wasn't aligned with you. There was still some nooks and crannies that wasn't a part of you. So you got guilt. It says, I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul growth. You cannot feel guilty about something that is not aligned with you. You cannot feel guilty about something that is not meant for you. Because no matter what, our story is already written. Our stories is already written in stone. All right, let's see. This is interesting. Why is strengthening bonds here? Why is strengthening bonds here? Forgiveness. You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive your past. You have to forgive those that wasn't. All right. When you got strengthening bonds, right? I feel like some people is actually going within themselves and they noticing the bonds that they need to fix. The things like, you know how certain bridges we burn, they say never burn a bridge because you never know when you got to cross them again. This is what's taking place right now. But I feel like the reason why certain people are going back into strengthening these bonds because they are being aligned to do so. This is their soul tribe. This is what the universe has aligned them with. Some people broke them bonds because it was some pride and ego problems in the past. They have to break the chains that was once restricting them. Listen, certain things probably restricted certain bonds in the past that I feel like the universe is now bringing back because you got past life. This is a cycle that's being repeated. Certain people is going back to these same cycles again to reiterate these bonds with certain people. They are doing this quietly because I feel like certain people are looking at this now. They're noticing the patterns that they have implemented into the bonds that they once was supposed to have as a strong connection with. And they are now forgiving themselves and they forgiving others. Or the universe is nudging you to forgive others. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Like I said, you can't hold grudges on the past with certain people or certain things. You have to let that go and move forward. Why is third eye here? What lessons is being learned? Imagination. Remember I said don't never let go of your dreams? Hi, Kersha. Hi, honey. Don't never let go of that dream that you had when you was a child. And this is what you're being awakening to. Your imagination, your third eye is opening back up. You're rewriting your story because that story that you once had as a child or that you once dreamed in as an adolescent is coming back into full effect for you to pay attention to because you got to take off the restrictions that held you. Okay, you know when we kids and we say we want that Barbie and Ken lifestyle, we want the house, we want the dog, we want the kids, we want all that stuff. But because the families we've been brought up into and the things that our families placed upon us, like, oh, the older you get, the harder life is going to get. No, the older you get, life is going to get harder, but you're supposed to learn how to maneuver through things. Those are the tests and trials for you to be able to get to that enlightenment in order to have that abundant life. We can't be restricted because I know some of us are born into families where it's a curse on our lives that we all have kids at an early age, or we all don't go to college, or we don't have a high school diploma, or we don't own businesses. That is the bounds that we need to become untied from. And I feel like that's what the third eye awakening is taking place now in a lot of our lives because we're starting to realize that. You know how we keep posting these memes on social media saying, oh, we got to become unrestricted from what we got to break the curse. We got to break the cycles. Well, guess what? That's the truth. You have to break the cycles. You have to become who you are. And this is why a lot of our parents, they were saying that they mature, but they wasn't mature inside their spirit because they still feared a lot of things. They say that we was the generation that don't fear nothing. And you know why? That's because we knew that the restrictions that was placed upon our lives, our parents, our ancestors, our great-grandparents, our great-great-great-grandmothers, our aunts and uncles, and our great cousins and all that stuff, we all lived in the same cycle. We all had the same restrictions on our life. Only certain ones would break free from this. And I feel like the ones that was already being broken free from these restrictions already, and they was enlightened that they had to become unbound from these situations, that the curses that was placed upon their family lives. I feel like these are the ones that is going to be of the higher nation. These are the ones that's going to lead by many. And they're going to lead by example. And this is why I feel like a lot of us are being stronger than we normally were. Stronger than our parents was. Because we know these are cycles that have to be broken. Have you answered your deepest calling? Our deepest calling in our now is to break the cycles that was already placed upon our lives. Death was placed upon us. Fucking sickness. Not starvation. Not being wise. Not being able to be educated. Not to be able to raise children in a happy, stable environment. Not to be a stable person. Those are restrictions that was placed upon us. Good morning. Inbox me, honey. These are the restrictions that was placed upon our lives. And the reason why the warrior woman is standing here, because I feel like this is for the divine feminines and some of the feminine energy that is watching. You have to break the cycles that was placed upon you. You have to break the curses that was already placed upon us as women. And this is coming back from the Adam and Eve type of thing. You get what I'm saying? These are the curses that we had to restrict. We was bounded by so many things. That was of sin. That is what sin is. Living in fear is of sin. A lot of women is living in fear and they're not able to speak their truths and how they really want to be and to be able to look to be positive in their own way. But I feel like the universe is telling us to be. Oh no, I'm not doing that. This is a general reading. I will do readings. Give me 1 second. But like I said, we have to place boundaries on our lives. We have to place boundaries on our lives, whether you male or female. And we, like I told somebody today, no matter how many boundaries we place, no matter how they say, oh, you think you're better than anybody. No, that's not that. You got to live in the way that you need to live in, whether somebody think you're better than them or fucking not. You're not living for them. You're living for yourself. So this is the cycles that we need to change. Stop living for men. Stop living for our mothers. Stop living for our fathers. Stop living for our husbands. I'm not saying that, but if you're aligned with your husband, y'all automatically gonna live with each other in a certain way. Y'all are, this is another thing. This is deeper than deep. Like, a lot of people don't understand. We place so many things and restrictions on our lives that we cause our own catastrophes in our world. Because spirit is no longer allowing us to do that. But I feel like this is why we're becoming enlightened. But when you got imagination, it says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. The things that we once dreamt of is going to take place if we actually believe in it. That's why our parents, how could I say this? This junk goes back so deep rooted in our ancestors. And this is why I feel like we are the ones that's supposed to change this cycle and break free from it. Because a lot of us, I don't know, I'm like 31. I'm about to be 32 years old. A lot of people born in my generation all the way into the 90s, even the 2000 babies. I guarantee you a lot of you have dreams since y'all was kids, and now you see that your heart still desires that same dream. That's not something you give up on. That's something that you are to remain as like your blueprint. That's your blueprint. You write that same dream out, and I guarantee something is telling me to tell you to do this. Write this dream out, pinpoint it right above your bed. Every morning, get up and say something to that same thing. Reread that dream. And I guarantee you, your focus will become so dead on that. That's your abundance. See, that's where your money is at. That's where your happiness is at. That's where your give or take is at. That's where we become who we genuinely supposed to be. Be who you are, not what people want you to be. I feel like you rewriting your story. Start rewriting it because I'm rewriting mine. Rewrite your story. Go back to that imagination that you had since you was a child. Give me one more thing I'm going to do. I don't know. This is actually kind of good, and I'm excited that I did do this reading. Let's see. Let's ask the angels, what do they think about this message? I'm going to just pull these last four cards, and then I'm going to end this reading. I might be able to do a live later and pull some cards. I got to handle some things first. So after I do this, I might be back live in a little while, and I'll pull a couple of cards for those that want to do individual readings. It's going to be like a little quick reading, 5 minutes. If you want to book a reading, you can email me at queensiesreadings@gmail.com. But again, tomorrow I am doing an event. If you're in the New Haven area and you would like to come to a reading party, please inbox my homegirl Chanel. I will tag her in this post eventually as soon as I get a chance. You guys need to inbox Chanel, ask her details about the event so she can let you know what time, place, or whatever. I am doing a reading party, and I am going to do a general reading for as long as it takes. And then after that, she has a room that she will be setting up for me to do individual readings if you would like to do individual readings. So if you haven't already, hit up Chanel. Let me see. I'm going to tag homegirl right now. Nope. I don't know. I got to figure it out. But I'm going to tag her. Inbox Chanel if you would like to come tomorrow to support her doing her first reading party. And I am the host. All right. So let's see. Can I get 4 cards? Ooh, I think that's 3, 2, 4 cards about what the angels want to say about this message. That's 3 and 1 more. Counselor. Okay, so the angels, you got courage. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Like I say, you got to believe in what you believe in no matter what. You have to go with what you're aligned with. That's the whole message. Rewriting your story, rewrite your story. Not your mother's, not your father's, not your cousins, not your sisters, not your brothers, not your wife, not your husband. Rewrite your story. You got to lose to win. Some things we got to lose to win. Chakra clearing. Call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. Spirit is nudging you to start believing in more in yourself and believe in spirit itself. Believe in whatever you believe in. Have genuine faith. Do not say, oh, I believe in God, and then you really don't believe in God. Don't say, I believe in spirit. Oh, I got faith in spirit that the world is going to change, and then you don't got faith in it. Your heart has to feel it. Like I told one of my friends, you were saved by the universe last night for the fact of it is because your heart already made that decision and you have faith that your soul was going to be saved, that you was going to be okay last night. That's why you was okay last night. Right in the nick of time, and it happens in the nick of the time when you fear the worst is going to happen. If you have faith in spirit, it will go just like this. Woo! Whatever was meant to harm you will be swiped away right immediately from beneath your eyes. And I swear, and I don't know, I'm happy for her because whatever happened, it was in the nick of time and she was saved. Spirit saved her. She could have lost it all. But in the nick of time, she was saved. But you know what? The whole thing is because she was learning a lesson. She learned the lesson. The lesson was already embedded in her heart. So it gave the universe the right of way to protect her in the way that it knows how. And it was in the nick of time, beneath the eye. That third eye was open. Her heart desire was heard without her even speaking it or mumbling it out of her mouth. Then you got counselor. You are a natural counselor and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. Now, every test and trial that we go through, the things that we think it was meant to hurt us, the reason why this counselor card came out, because everybody is going through something. You have to rewrite your own story because there is a guide for everybody through everybody else's story. You, like say you're John, Jane, and Sarah. John could have something that happened in his life that I could go to his story and go to him for advice and get certain things from him. Jen can have a certain aspect of her story with something that I'm going through, the same similar thing that I'm going through. But each person went through certain things that I could actually pinpoint and say, okay, well, you know what, Jen, right? Because this is exactly what I'm going through. So this is something that I can navigate. She teaching me. She counseled me in the area that I needed the most. That's where everybody is rewriting their story because your story, you living a fake life, is not going to help your story. It's not going to help the guide that we live for our kids, the things that we could pass down to our children, for them to be able to be happy and live in a prosperous life. We are meant to go through all these tests and trials so they don't. We have to break the cycles. Lord have mercy. We are the latter day counselors. This is why we go through, forgive me for saying this, molestation. This is why we go through being bullied. This is why we go through starvation. This is why we go through certain karmic relationships. This is why we go through the abuse situations and relationships. Because our story is to be told to many, so that way they would never follow the same path that we follow and was corrupted in. No, we can't stop people from going through them same cycles, but what we could do is put our story out there so they could say, well, I'm not alone. I was never alone. If they made it out of the fire and out of the hell and they became prosperous, then I'm going to go through this cycle. I'm going to become prosperous from this situation. That's why you go through the tests and trials. It's not to hurt you and it's not to harm you. If you're still living and you're still breathing, your legacy is already written. You have to live through it in order to be able to show somebody else how to go through it. Even if some people die in vain, dealing with certain situations that was meant for them to be a lesson, their death did not go in vain. Because their story is going to be something that is going to be told down the line through generations of why we don't accept certain things in our life and why we don't deal with certain things in our life and why we don't like certain things, or if your spirit is telling you certain things. Everybody is a legacy. Even if you're a celebrity, you're a legacy. If you're a fucking modern day person sitting on the porch, you're a legacy. Your legacy is written for somebody else. Your cycles is to break the curse that was placed upon your life, so that way the next generation don't have them same curses involved in their world. Crystal clear intentions. Be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. I just said this. Like I said, your third eye is being open because you have to have faith. Those that believe and those that see the things that they cannot feel right now is the things that will be brung into their life prosperity-wise. This is the things that is going to be given to us in order for us to survive. The tools, not our wants, our needs is going to be met now. Our wants was already given. Your needs have to be met. Once your needs is met, then you can get your wants again, because you have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice the wants for the things that you need in your life. I don't know. This message came across the way it came across. I'm happy. I'm getting off this thing. Like I said, I might come back up here later and I might pull some cards. If you haven't already, inbox Chanel. I think Chanel is up here as Rogers or Holloway. Chanel Holloway. Inbox her if you would like to come to the reading party tomorrow. Again, I will start doing more reading parties. Start booking me, because I'm telling you now, I'm bringing something different to the table, and only because I feel like there's, in every situation, there's a story that need to be heard. There's a lesson that need to be learned, and it's not for me to give anybody the right of way to know that I got to give you my hand to show you stuff. No, I'm not giving you my hand to show you stuff, but I am going to give you the options, and I tell everybody, even when me doing these readings, I could give you a message, but you could take what you need from it and leave what you don't want. You get what I'm saying? But if it come back down the line and certain things pop up back in your life, and you could always reflect off of the message that I'm going to give you, because it was already written in stone. I don't give messages to tell people how to control their lives. I give messages for them to actually be able to have a guide to navigate things that may be coming their way. So I'm off this thing, y'all. I'm going to tell you now, if you haven't already, inbox Chanel. I'm doing a reading party tomorrow. I got many things that I do want to do involving my spirituality business. So if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and share on my YouTube channel. Again, I'm on my YouTube channel as well as my Facebook right now. If you are looking to, I'm also on Instagram. I'm also on Instagram is Queen Z's Readings. On Facebook is Queen Z Spiritual Insight. YouTube is Queen Z Spiritual Insight. If you want to book a reading party or book a reading, please email me at queenzreadings@gmail.com. And y'all have a good day. I'm off of here.